Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jessica. If you're new, welcome for returning. Thank you so much for joining me back. So today's video, we're going to talk about fall 2003 trends. I went back and took a look again at the shows from February. I went through so many pictures, and I picked out the trends that I felt like that were most relevant to my personal style, I think, or I feel like resonated with the stuff I have in my closet that I can pull, that I can refresh with maybe a few tweaks. And I also found some of the ones that I've really would like to try that I don't have a lot in my closet, or I don't have any in my closet, and it's something that I'm kind of being, I don't know, influenced, or I don't know, I'm really liking the idea of it and I want to try. So let's just go ahead and get started. All right, you guys, so my first trend is going to be probably my longest and my most favorite. So it might be a little longer, but it is the woman power suit, obviously inspired by menswear. I've always loved a good blazer with an outfit, whether if it's with jeans or a skirt or even over a long flowy gorgeous dress. It's just something I've always been attracted to. And so I'm really excited to see the explosion of the blazers and the trousers. The trousers are something that's new to me. I've had a few, but I've never really kind of dabbled in that. But I like, because I've always thought obviously trousers more for workwear, but I like the way they have been more relaxed and a little bit not as high-waisted, and they're just a little looser. So if you want to trade your jeans for a trouser, I think this is a great way to do it. I also think this is like the new sort of, you know, uniform coming from athleisure wear that we had so much during, you know, during 2020, during the pandemic, and on. I feel like we're wanting to sort of get out of that, you know, kind of shell of athleisure and move into something more, you know, stylish and fashionable, in my opinion. And I think it's become such a high hype from the quiet luxury, kind of the trend, obviously. But I think it also goes back to that minimalism that we saw back in the, you know, 80s and 90s, really late 80s and early 90s, from, you know, Julia Roberts and Laura Hutton, Sarah Jessica Parker, Princess Diana, and, you know, maybe that off-duty model look is what I'm thinking. And I like, it's just a very, again, just easy everyday look to achieve. And if you feel like the whole oversized blazer is just too much for you, it looks silly, finding the right style and cut for you is really important. And I also think sticking with maybe neutrals, black, you know, cream, maybe even throw in a pinstripe would look really nice. So stick to the, you know, the neutrals when you are picking something out. But I know that we saw them all over the runway, from Yves Saint Laurent, which was probably my favorite, or Saint Laurent, I'm sorry, that we saw super exaggerated, you know, shoulders. The cut and tailoring was just so beautiful, but I thought the proportions looked really, really nice. We saw the row obviously have, you know, really beautiful blazers and trousers that obviously I feel like it's a staple in their, in just their show, but their overall brand. I'm sorry, couldn't I get the words out? I also saw a really beautiful blazer I liked from Zimmerman. It was a white pinstriped. She had it paired with a full pinstripe suit, the trousers, and a strapless top, which was really, really nice. And then also I really liked the way it was styled with some black oversized baggy leather pants that looked really, really nice. So I feel like that's a great way to style a blazer with maybe some black trousers for like a super sexy, you know, date night. And then if you want to go super more casual, you could do, you know, more like how Gucci styled it with like a button up and jeans, baggy jeans, and that's it. I mean, super simple, easy. Or if you want to do something I've seen a lot on Instagram is you know, the oversized blazer with jeans, a t-shirt, and a baseball cap. That's how I've worn it a lot too. Even in springtime, that's how I was wearing it. Or Another way you could wear it is with like some shorts, Western boots, oversized blazer, a button up, a vest maybe underneath it would also look really cool. So there's so many ways that you could just throw on that blazer and it's just gonna look good regardless, but also elevate your everyday style. So as far as trousers real quick, that is something that's new to me. I've ordered a few, I have a few. I'm really interested in having more into my wardrobe because like I said earlier, they're just much more relaxed and you can switch them out from, if you don't want to wear jeans, you can just wear your trousers with like a tank top, your sneakers, and throw like a little sweater over and you're done and you look so put together. All right, so my next trend is going to be sheer romance. So I know we've been seeing all the sheer things from tops to dresses, very feminine, delicate lace and chiffon, embroidered chiffon, probably embroidered lace, embroidered tulle. I mean, just so many of them have exploded on the runway. And as much as I feel like it might be a little scandalous to wear your undergarments and throw something on, I think that it can be done tastefully if you just know how to do it properly. Maybe I wouldn't wear like a thong, you know, panty. Might wear like a nice full, you know, coverage underwear, which I did recently when I went to Vegas. I wore this sheer tulle skirt with a brown bodysuit and then some leopard full coverage underwear, and I think it looked so good. And you really couldn't see like the underwear because of the way the tulle skirt sort of laid. So I didn't feel so exposed, but I thought I did it really tastefully. Then I threw on an oversized blazer. That way it kind of hid the backside when I walked, but then I took this off when I sat down or when I actually got to a place where I felt like I wasn't walking through a bunch of people. So I think if you just do it right and it's for the right occasion, I think it can be done. I think it's just it can be, you know, sexy and subtle, a little bit of seduction to it, but done tastefully. So some of the designers that we saw doing that, of course, was Giambassita Valli had some really beautiful sheer dresses that had just the undergarments exposed, really nice. Who else? Rodarte had some beautiful dresses. Dolce & Gabbana had a lot of dresses with, you know, the lace, you know, lace detailing, lace sheer. Jason Wu also had some beautiful ones. But speaking of Dolce & Gabbana, I feel like they sort of started the whole undergarment sheer dress, lace dress that when Britney Spears wore to the VMAs or MTVs, I don't know, I'll put the picture, but when she wore that, I remember, and this was like 20 something years ago, I was like, wow, that's pretty daring for you to wear that. It's you know, hey, more power to her. She had the body, and like, look, 20 something years later, we're still doing it, but I feel like it's the longer version. It's not so tight. It's like these flowy, very just like romantic feminine, you know, dresses that we're throwing over our undergarments that I really like, because you know what? Sometimes some of these dresses are sheer anyways. So like, throw on some cute underwear. I mean, just saying. All right, so my next trend is gonna be a color. And you know what color I'm talking about because everyone's talking about it. It's the color red. Although I do think also chocolate brown is gonna be really huge. I feel like I've been seeing a lot of that as well. But let's talk about red real quick. I feel like the red, this, you know, fall is a really beautiful one. And it's a very hard, I feel like red is just one of those colors. It's really hard to find because you got to make sure it's either, are you wanting a warm tone or do you want a cool tone? Depending on your undertone, does it look good with you? Do you know what I'm saying? So I feel like, you know, finding the right red is going to be crucial. So don't feel discouraged if you can't find something. I know, believe me, there's going to be so many red out there. I already see all the reds. So just find one that's going to just work with your undertone. If you don't know what your undertone is, I really can't help you with that. There are lots of videos on that. I lean more towards a warmer undertone. So I like more warmer reds versus cooler. But of course we saw it from Ferragamo, Jason Wu, Theory. Oh my gosh, Theory had a good section of beautiful red, monochromatic at that, outfits that's just kind of hard and impossible to do unless you buy the entire, you know, stuff from that designer. But there are some red trousers from Theory that I must have, and I've already been stalking them. I've already found them, and they're definitely going to be an investment. Valentino had a really beautiful red blazer that I loved, and I love the way that it was styled with like a button up. It looked like a blue button up, and then like a red vest and like some shorts, or was it a skirt or super tiny skirt? I don't know, but it was really, really nice. Really beautiful and nice reds. My next trend is going to be the no pant trend. I know this one's also really risky, like the sheer situation we're happening as well. But you know, some people are just not wanting to wear pants, or their shorts are just getting really super short. Vice versa, whatever you want to do. But a lot of these micro mini shorts that I'm seeing, well, they're basically underwear. They're knit, you know, they're like a beautiful, you know, cashmere knit underwear. And you could wear it with, you know, how they've been styled with some pantyhose. Then you throw those, you know, underwear over, and then you can style it with maybe an oversized blazer, oversized, you know, so maybe your backside's not showing again, but you still see the front side. Definitely a trend that's either you like it, you don't like it, you can pull it off, you can't pull it off. Actually, I feel like I could see this for like, you know, New Year's Eve happening with like maybe some knee-high boots and a big, huge, dramatic, oversized coat. That would look good. So trend, no pants, you know, it's your option. Okay, so another big trend I really saw and I wanted to talk about was 90s minimalism, which kind of circles back to the woman's power suit. But with the 90s minimalism, I'm kind of taking away like really the blazer, but we're really sort of focusing on the basics, like the color palette, black and white, black and tan, black and cream, very simple lined, you know, t-shirts, sweaters is what I saw a lot of. You know, like I said, that's even going back to the whole quiet luxury. But I feel like whether you want to call it quiet luxury, you hate it, like, you know, it is what it is, but it's almost like less is more. Do you know what I mean? It's like kind of going back to the basics of what makes you feel good, your everyday essentials, your capsule wardrobe, those everyday pieces. As much as I think fashion is so much fun, and it can be fun when you want it to be fun and when you need it to be fun. But I think for everyday, just really a lot of everyday living, we really just need like just those basics that, you know, when you put it on, you look good, you feel good, and you go out the door. And I don't think there's anything wrong with having like a staple wardrobe or sort of an aesthetic, a look. You know, we've seen it from, you know, Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen on the road. There are a lot of black and oversized pants and just, you know, coats. We've seen it from Steve Jobs with his black turtleneck and his jeans. You know, I don't think there's anything wrong with having like that just certain look. And you know who another person I feel like, Carolina Herrera, her white, you know, her button-up shirts have always, every time I think of a white button-up, I think of her big colors and like, you know, just very chic. But I really do like this whole scaling back. Again, someone who loves fashion and loves to be creative, I think sometimes it's nice just to go back to the things that, you know, work well with your body, that work well with your style, that you know that you're gonna feel confident in when you walk out the door. So I think we saw a lot of that. Obviously, I mentioned the row, Mary-Kate and Ashley, can't go wrong. And there's just something about that, you know, beautiful quality and the beautiful craftsmanship. I think that's what it comes down to as well. Form is a new brand that people are talking about. I want to say it's like 2 seasons in. I feel like fall 2023 was their first one actually. Beautiful. I hate to use the word simple, but you guys get the gist of it. It's like, it's just beautiful and clean. It's tailored, and some people might think, oh, that looks boring. But in my opinion, I know the craftsmanship's behind it. I know the tailoring. I know the way that, you know, so much of this goes into it, that it's really beautiful, and it takes time for stuff like this to look the way that it does, and it's so pretty. Theory again has some really nice, beautiful, like minimalist. I always think Theory was, I've always been kind of minimal. Givenchy had some great pieces as well. I believe this brand's called Tove. I'm not sure. Really great 90s minimalism look. This like strapless white dress, ruching on the side a little bit. Simple but impactful. You know, it was pretty. Like if I saw someone wearing that, I turn. It was beautiful. And then I think in Prinza had some stuff too. So, you know, sleek, chic, effortless, clean, a neutral palette. It's so easy to do that right now with all of the colors that we're seeing, because I feel like neutral colors have always been a huge, just not basic, but essential for the fall. So, you know, keeping everything really nice and clean with your pieces for a 90s minimalism look. Oh, real quick, I can't not forget about Brandon Maxwell. How did I forget? I didn't put him on my design right here, but I looked at my pictures. Brandon Maxwell, beautiful, had some very beautiful, gorgeous items that would also be a 90s minimalism. All right, so my next trend is metallics, which honestly, thank goodness, you know, when you're just looking for something and it just happens to come your way, which doesn't happen very often. There's a lot of times I'm looking for something specific, can't find it. But this year, what's been on my radar has been metallics, and thank goodness, because it gives me all, it's the shimmer, the glitz, the glam. I'm here for it. The 70s, just like gold lame is what I am like fiending and wanting. And I'm seeing so much, I saw so much of it on the runway. I'm hoping it'll come into the mass market. I haven't really looked. I'm sure there's some out there, but I'm gonna start looking. But I saw so many that were absolutely beautiful. From Blue Marina had so many like ruched silver like lame dresses that were beautiful. Palm Angels had these like gold pants. Alberta Ferretti had, you know, some beautiful silver. She had this silver suit that looked like slinky and swooshy and just looked really super nice and flowy. Who else? Rabanne. Is it Rabanne or Roban? Whatever. Paco Rabanne. I think it's Rabanne. I don't know. Whichever one it is, I'll find out. So the next time I won't butcher the name. Had some really beautiful Grecian gold lame dresses that just, I don't know. I feel like that fabric gold lame is already like heavy. So just the way that it shimmies and shifts is just really so beautiful. And I'm really just yearning for something like that in my closet. So I'm going to find something. Giambassita Valli, the one that I wish I could have, that dress, I'll show the picture so you can admire it the way that I did. It was just this gold. It was not even like a gold, hard gold. It was like a soft gold with this pleats, and let me pull up the picture myself so I can just admire it. And the detailing of the shoulders, it was just really beautiful. I would totally love that dress, and I'm hoping to find one that's not as expensive as that one, and maybe I could find a dupe. I definitely am looking for some more gold and metallics to have in my wardrobe. And I say gold for me because gold just looks better on me, but silver looks good on you, go for silver. But there's so many options for both silver and gold. All right, so moving on, next is gonna be, I'm calling it sweater weather maxi dresses. Maybe not even just maxi dresses, even maxi skirts. I've been seeing a lot on a lot of the retailers, but I saw a lot of this on the runway. From Chloe to Fendi had some really beautiful, colorful, you know, options on their runway show. Rick Owens had this really interesting looked like a top, but it had this really ginormous, ginormous slit up to your, you know, pelvic bone. That, maybe not pelvic bone, I mean hip bone. That was really super interesting. Saw the peak of the knitted underwear, which I thought was really super cool. But then also I think he had some like, you know, skirt versions of them as well. Kate had a beautiful gray dress that was just, you know, goes back to the minimalism. Super nice. Love the way that it just moved. Really beautiful. Chloe, I think it's $3,200 if I'm not mistaken, but there's this black Chloe dress that had these bell sleeves that were, it's just a dream. I would wear that. I don't have a lot. Now, this is one of the trends I don't have a lot of in my closet. I've never just been attracted to the maxi sweater dresses. I do have a few, but they're not fitted. I found that a lot of these were fitted, and I am seeing more of those. I saw one that was beautiful on Mango that I still keep eyeing. I haven't bought. I'm regretting it after purchasing some stuff on Mango. I'll put a picture of it and I'll link it below because it is really beautiful. And I might have to just get it because it keeps messing with my head that I didn't buy it. So a lot of beautiful sweater maxi dresses or skirts you're gonna see a lot of, so keep that in mind. If you're looking to add that to your wardrobe, you can wear them with, you know, your knee-high boots, a blazer. You could even do a really cool like shearling, you know, vest as well that I've seen that are also really trending a lot. But yeah, really cool, nice, good trends. All right, you guys, that is it. We've made it to the end. I'm praying this is not a super long video. I know I can get chatty from time to time, but there's just so much information that I want to share with you guys for fall 2003, especially when you're out there, you know, looking online, or you're in the stores trying to find something and you want to elevate your look, or you want to try something different. I think there is something for everyone in all these trends. So this has just been a really super fun video to make. I've enjoyed it so much. I hope you will like this video. Subscribe if you aren't already, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.